You might want to check your old coin jars or that dusty change drawer because today, we're diving deep into a little copper coin that could be hiding a small fortune. I'm talking about the 1981 penny coin from the United Kingdom. On the surface, it might just look like a regular old penny, something you'd barely glance at or maybe even toss aside. But what if I told you this tiny coin could be worth more than 50 cents, sometimes even several dollars, depending on a few small but critical details? So stick around, because in this video we're going to uncover the true value, the hidden history, the minting secrets, and the current market worth of the 1980 UK 1 penny coin. Whether you're a casual collector, a curious historian, or just someone hoping to strike it lucky with an old coin, you'll want to hear this. Let's rewind the clock to 1980. Margaret Thatcher was Prime Minister. The Rubik's Cube was taking over toy shelves, and the Royal Mint was busy producing coins that would become part of everyday British life. One of those was the humble 1 penny coin, minted in copper-plated bronze, bearing the image of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the classic portcullis design on the reverse. This portcullis, a historic gate symbol long associated with the British Parliament, is a bold emblem of heritage and strength. The 1980 penny marked a continuation of the decimal coinage system that began in 1971. A massive shift in UK currency that simplified the old pounds, shillings, and pence into the modern structure we know today. Designed by Arnold Machin, the portrait of the Queen on this coin was used from 1968 to 1984. It's graceful, it's classic, and it gives this penny a timeless charm. Even though billions were produced, not all pennies are created equal, and that's what makes this story so fascinating. Now, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1981 penny is made from bronze with a composition of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. It has a diameter of 20.32 millimeters, a thickness of 1.52 millimeters, and weighs 3.56 grams. While that might sound boring to some, to coin collectors or numismatists, these stats matter. Why? Because any slight variation can lead to rarity. A minting error, a slightly off-center strike, a die crack, a change in composition. Even the tiniest difference can turn a common coin into a high-value collectible. You're probably wondering, if millions were made, why does anyone care about this penny? Well, here's the truth. Most 1980 pennies are only worth face value. But certain ones, depending on condition, rarity, provenance, or error types, can be worth a lot more. For example, coins in uncirculated condition, meaning they were never used in day-to-day transactions, are more desirable. These coins are usually kept in mint sets or proof sets, collector items sold directly from the Royal Mint. A 1981 penny from such a set can be worth anywhere from a few dollars up to $20 or more, depending on the condition and demand. But here's where things get even more interesting. Some rare error coins from 1980, like those with misstrikes, double strikes, or planchet flaws, have sold for much more at auctions. Even a minor error can skyrocket the price because collectors love unique pieces. These errors are like nature's quirks, random, unintentional, and often beautiful. Let's talk real numbers. The average circulated 1981 penny coin is worth about 1 cent to 3 cents USD on the collector's market. But in mint condition or brilliant uncirculated BU, the price rises significantly. A high-grade coin could fetch 50 cents to 60 cents, and in rare cases, with the right error or provenance, you might see listings going above $1 or $5 in some recent online sales and coin trading platforms. Examples of proof versions or brilliant uncirculated coins from official Royal Mint sets have sold for $3, $6, even $10. All depending on grading and demand. That's a potential return of over 5,000% for a single penny. If you've got the right one. So yes, this tiny coin can indeed be worth a lot more than face value, especially if you're lucky enough to own one in mint state. So, how do you know if your 1980 penny is valuable? Here's a checklist. Is it shiny and looks brand new? That's uncirculated. Good start. Is there a visible error? Look for misalignment, doubling, odd edges, missing letters, or strange marks. Does it come from a proof set or mint set? These are usually higher quality and more desirable. Is it graded? Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC have more buyer trust. Is it stored well? No scratches, no dirt, no corrosion. Keep it clean, dry, and safe. If you've got a good one, it might be time to take it to a coin dealer, get it graded, or list it online. So there you have it. The incredible story of the 1980 United Kingdom 1 penny coin. It may be small, it may be humble, but it's got history, character, and maybe, just maybe, hidden value. So go check your drawers. Look through your old piggy banks. You never know what tiny treasure might be waiting. Coins are more than just currency, they're little time capsules of history, and sometimes they're worth a lot more than what they say on the surface. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep dives into coins, collectibles, rare finds, and the hidden gems in everyday life, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Have a 1980 penny? Let us know in the comments what condition it's in. Who knows, maybe one of you out there is sitting on a small fortune. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a treasure hunting moment. Today, we're diving into a coin that most people wouldn't give a second glance to, a coin you might have in an old jar, at the bottom of a drawer, or tucked away in a dusty wallet from years gone by. Yes, we're talking about the humble, seemingly ordinary 1996 United Kingdom 1-penny coin. But wait, don't go just yet, because as it turns out, this little copper-plated coin could be hiding a big surprise. Not only does it have an intriguing backstory, but depending on its condition and demand, it could also be worth more than you think. And yes, we're even going to look at its current market value, right down to the decimal. Let's just say that if you've got one, you'll want to stay tuned. Let's get into it. Cut to footage of a 1996 1-penny coin spinning on a surface. Studio microphone voiceover. Right. Let's start with a little bit of history. The 1996 1-penny coin was minted by the Royal Mint in the United Kingdom and forms part of the third decimal coinage series, a continuation of the modern monetary system adopted in the UK in 1971. Now, the penny itself had already seen many designs, medals, and portraits over the years, but the 1996 penny holds a special place for collectors. Why? Well, let's rewind the clock a little. In 1996, the UK was still deep in what many call the Queen Elizabeth II era of coinage. The obverse of the coin features the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This version of the Queen shows her wearing the royal diadem, facing right, with a regal and dignified expression. It's a design that reigned on British coins from 1985 to 1997. On the reverse side, you'll find Christopher Ironside's classic design of a portcullis with chains, a design symbolizing the British Parliament and long used as a badge of government authority. It's elegant, simple, and instantly recognizable. Now here's where it gets interesting. Cut to high-res close-up of the coin. Studio microphone voiceover. At first glance, the 1996 penny might seem like your average coin. Millions of them were minted, right? So how can it possibly be rare or valuable? Well, as with most coins, the devil is in the details. While it's true that the mintage for 1996 was quite high, certain features can dramatically increase the coin's value. These include exceptional quality or mint state condition errors during minting, such as off-center strikes or doubling uncirculated versions that were part of special sets-proof coins with mirror finishes, limited packaging or collector's editions, and coins that have not been handled or tarnished over time. So, if you've got a 1996 penny that's been hiding in a dry place, untouched, crisp in color, and looks almost brand new, you might be sitting on something that's worth a second look. Cut to host. Holding a magnifying glass to the coin. Studio microphone host speaking. Let's talk numbers. That you're probably wondering. How much could this coin really be worth? According to the most recent collector marketplace valuations, and we're talking real-time updated databases from numismatic collectors and online coin auctions, the 1996 1-penny coin has been observed selling for up to 58 cents per coin. Yep, that's 58 cents and a half of a cent. More precisely, $0.5852119 to be exact, based on current collector pricing indexes. Now you might say, that's not much. But wait a second, that's over 58 times its face value. Imagine if you had 100 of these lying around in mint condition. That's over $58 from a handful of copper coins that most people overlook. Cut to archive footage or graphics of old UK coins being collected, studio microphone voiceover. And let's not forget, coin values fluctuate based on rarity, demand, and condition. So while the base collector value sits around 58 cents, that number can go much higher if a collector is looking for the exact type you own, especially if it's in pristine, uncirculated, or proof condition. That we've even seen examples go for over $2 to $5 in top-end condition, depending on the buyer. Cut to host at table with coin collection binder. Studio microphone host speaking now. Here's a pro tip. If you're not sure whether your coin is valuable or not, invest in a cheap magnifying glass or even a digital microscope. Look for striking errors, die cracks, letter doubling, or even misaligned edges. These tiny imperfections can push the value of your coin sky high. Also, check the color of your coin. If it has retained its original red luster, meaning it hasn't oxidized or turned brown, then you've probably got a coin in excellent condition, which is what collectors are really after. Cut to screen share of eBay and collector auction sites. Studio microphone voiceover. Let's take a quick look online. On major auction sites like eBay, Etsy, and coin dealer platforms, the 1996 1 penny is commonly listed with prices ranging from 30 cents to $1.25 per coin, depending on the condition. Some rare variations and collector-grade pieces can even command higher to in one case. A sealed uncirculated set featuring the 1996 penny sold for over $12, and that's just one part of the set. Cut to host with engaging tone. Studio microphone host speaking. So, what does this mean for you? Well, if you've got a box of old British coins, or maybe you've traveled to the UK and brought home some change you forgot about, go take a look. That little copper 1 penny from 1996 might just be worth more than lunch. Coin collecting is one of those hobbies where knowledge really is power. The more you know, the better you can spot the gems hidden in plain sight. Closing music fades in. Studio microphone host speaking to camera, and there you have it. The 1996 UK 1 penny. A coin that might seem common, but carries a history, a legacy, and maybe even some hidden value. If you've enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who loves a good treasure hunt. Let me know in the comments. Do you have any old coins lying around? Maybe even this one. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy collecting, and don't forget to check your pockets. You never know what they're hiding. We are diving deep into something that might just be hiding in plain sight. A small, copper-plated coin that most people wouldn't even pick up off the ground. That's right. We're talking about the humble 1 penny coin from the United Kingdom, minted in the year 2000. And now, before you roll your eyes and think, it's just a penny, what could possibly be so interesting? Hold that thought, because this isn't just pocket change. This one little coin could be worth a lot more than face value. In fact, some collectors are out there hunting for specific versions of this coin that could be worth many times what's printed on the surface. And today, we're going to explore why, from its historical significance to minting quirks, market trends, and even how you can spot one that's worth real money. This video will give you everything you need to know about the 2000 UK 1 penny coin, and maybe even help you discover a hidden treasure in your own change jar. Let's start with a bit of background. The 1 penny coin, often just called the 1p, has been part of the UK's decimal currency system since it was first introduced in 1971. The design was part of the UK's switch from the old imperial system, pounds, shillings, and pence, to the modern decimal system that we know today. But in the year 2000, things were a little bit different. This was the start of a new millennium, a time of optimism, a wave of new technology, and yes, a new chapter in coin minting. But even though the design of the 1p didn't dramatically change, the coins minted in the year 2000 have taken on a new significance over time. First of all, the coin minted in 2000 features the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait was introduced in 1998 and remained in use until 2015. It's one of the most widely circulated images of the Queen, and the 1p from 2000 is one of the earliest examples of this portrait on such a low-denomination coin. But more interesting than the portrait is what's hidden underneath the surface, because some of these coins, especially those in brilliant uncirculated condition, error coins, or mint set coins, can be far more valuable than their humble denomination suggests. So how much are we talking? Well, in standard circulated condition, the ones you might find in your change, the 2001p is still worth about 1 penny. But that's not the end of the story. On coin collecting platforms, certain uncirculated or proof versions of the 2000 penny have sold for upwards of 50 cents to even $1 in pristine condition. That's a 5,000 to 10,000% increase on face value. And if you think that's impressive, hold on, because error coins, pennies that were misstruck at the Royal Mint, are even more sought after. We're talking about off-center strikes, double dies, incorrect planchet metals, and more. Some of these rare minting errors have commanded prices as high as $10, $20, or even $50, depending on their rarity and condition. And while they are hard to find, they're out there, in piggy banks, old wallets, drawer collections, and coin jars all across the UK. And then there's the numismatic factor. You see, coins minted during significant historical years often gain added value simply because of the time they represent. The year 2000 was symbolic, the first year of the new millennium. This adds a layer of desirability for collectors who focus on commemorative or millennial coin collections. But it gets even more interesting. Did you know that the metal content of older pennies can also contribute to their value? Before 1992, UK pennies were made of bronze. But starting from late 1992 onwards, including the year 2000, the Royal Mint switched to using copper-plated steel, which is much cheaper. That said, some test coins and special editions may have been struck on older blanks or different materials. And if you find one of those, well, let's just say you won the penny lottery. And here's a quick tip for identifying what metal your 1p coin is made of. Try using a magnet. If the penny sticks, it's copper-plated steel. If it doesn't, it might be bronze. And if it's a year 2000 penny that doesn't stick to a magnet, that's a red flag. In the best possible way, that's something serious collectors would jump on. So what's the current market value of the 2001p? As of now, a standard circulated penny from 2000 is generally worth around 1 cent to 2 cents USD. But a high-grade uncirculated version, especially those still in Royal Mint packaging, can go for around 50 cents to $1 or more if sold to the right collector. And let's not forget the error coins, which can easily fetch $5 to $50 depending on rarity and demand. So, is it worth going through your old change? The truth is, coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. And the more you learn, the more you start to realize that value can hide in the most ordinary places. That one penny you nearly dropped and didn't bother to pick up? It could be part of your first step into a fascinating world of numismatics, and maybe even a small fortune. So now it's your turn. Go check your drawers, your wallets, your car cup holders. You never know, a valuable 2001 penny coin might be waiting for you. And hey, if you find something cool, drop it in the comments below. Let's share the discoveries. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin insights, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of hidden treasure. If you've ever thought a penny isn't worth much, think again. Today, we're diving deep into the world of rare coins, and in particular, the 2003 one penny from the United Kingdom. You might have one lying around at home. It might be in a jar, sitting in your wallet, or maybe even tossed aside as spare change. But after watching this video, you'll probably want to go check your stash. Because believe it or not, this little copper coin could be worth much, much more than just 1 penny. How much more? Well, depending on the condition, rarity, and collector demand, this small coin has fetched values up to 58 cents. That's over 58 times its original value. And in certain cases, even more. Let's get into the full story, the history, and how you can check if your 2003 penny is worth something special. Before we jump into the value, let's talk about where this coin came from. The 2003 UK 1 penny coin is part of the third decimal coinage issued by the Royal Mint. It features Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. That's the front of the coin, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. You can recognize it by the Queen's right-facing portrait with the tiara. Now flip it over, and you'll find the badge of the House of Commons, featuring a portcullis with chains, topped by a crown. It's a powerful symbol of British parliamentary history and dates back centuries. The design was created by Christopher Ironside and has been featured on UK pennies for decades. But even though millions of these coins were minted, over 739 million in 2003 alone, not all of them are created equal. Some, due to errors, condition, or specific characteristics, are turning heads in the collector world. Okay, so what sets apart a penny worth just 1 cent from one worth 58 cents, or possibly even more? Let's break it down. First, we need to talk about condition. Coins are graded based on how well preserved they are. The scale goes from poor to brilliant uncirculated, and serious collectors will pay a premium for high-grade coins. So, if you've got a 2003 penny that looks shiny, crisp, and nearly flawless, you're looking at the top tier of value. These coins can easily go for 50 to 60 cents, and if professionally graded and slabbed, potentially even more. Second, we have error coins. These are coins that were struck with mistakes. Maybe the design is off-center, maybe the lettering is double-stamped, maybe there's a die crack or planchet flaw. In the case of the 2003 penny, a few off-metal strikes and misprints have been rumored to exist, and those can fetch serious cash. We're talking $10, $20, even $100, depending on the rarity. Next, there's collector demand. Believe it or not, coin collectors, known as numismatists, love complete year sets. So if someone is missing the 2003 penny in perfect condition, they might be willing to pay a premium to complete their collection. And finally, there's metal content. While modern pennies are primarily copper-plated steel, earlier versions had a higher copper content. Some 2003 pennies were struck during a transitional phase, so certain specimens might have slight differences in composition or weight that make them stand out. Let's talk numbers as of right now. April 2025, the average value of a circulated 2003 UK penny is still just around face value. But for coins in uncirculated or near-mint condition, the value can rise to 58 cents or more. Some recent online auction listings have shown slabbed MS65 or higher 2003 pennies selling for around 50 cents to $75. Rare error coins can go much higher, and the right buyer at the right time could mean even better returns. Don't ignore that little penny. It could be hiding in plain sight. Here's what you need to do right now. Dig into your change jar, wallet, or old coin collections. Look for 2003 pennies from the UK. Check the condition. If it's shiny with minimal wear, you might be holding something special. Look for errors. Flip it under a light and check for anything strange. Doubling, misalignment, off-center strike, missing elements, odd textures, weird colorations. Weigh the coin. If you've got a jewelry scale, a standard 2003 penny should weigh around 3.56 grams. If yours is significantly off, it might be a wrong planchet error. Compare with known listings. Check eBay sold listings, numismatic marketplaces, and collector forums. The 2003 one-penny coin is a perfect example of how something so ordinary can become extraordinary. If you know what to look for, it might not make you a millionaire overnight, but it's a great entry point into the world of collecting. And who knows, that one small coin in your drawer could lead to a new hobby or even a small fortune. Next time you're handed change, don't ignore the pennies. Especially not from 2003. If you found this video helpful or interesting, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video about rare coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures. Drop a comment below if you've got a 2003 penny, or better yet, upload a photo and tell us where you found it. I love hearing your stories, and who knows, maybe you're sitting on something rare. Today's video is exactly what you need to see. We are diving deep into the story of a small copper-plated steel coin that's hiding in plain sight, the 2008 one-penny coin from the United Kingdom. At first glance, it looks like just another ordinary coin you might find stuck under your couch or forgotten in a drawer. But hold on, because this unassuming little penny has a fascinating backstory, and in some cases, it can be worth way more than face value. In fact, some collectors are willing to pay up to hundreds of dollars or more depending on the condition and rarity of your specific coin. So grab a seat. Maybe even go check your change right now. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why people are talking about the 2008 penny, how to identify if yours is special, and what the current market says about its real value. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Let's rewind the clock and talk about the history of the UK one penny. First introduced in decimal form in 1971, the British penny has long been a staple of everyday transactions. But in 2008, something happened that shook up the design world of UK currency. That year, the Royal Mint launched a brand new design for all coins from 1p to £1, creating a unified image across all denominations. When you arrange the coins together, they form a full image of the Royal Arms, which is the national coat of arms of the United Kingdom. The 2008 penny was the first time this modern shield design appeared on the 1p coin. But here's where things get really interesting. That same year, some pennies were still minted with the old reverse design, the familiar portcullis with chains, a symbol originally used by the Palace of Westminster. These are known as the 2008 Old Reverse Error pennies, and they are incredibly rare. Now, normally coin changes like this go smoothly, but due to a transitional printing overlap. A very small number of the 2008 pennies ended up having the wrong design for that year. That tiny mistake turned those few error coins into some of the most hunted after pieces in recent UK coin history. So why do collectors care so much about the 2008 penny? Well, it all comes down to rarity and historical significance. When the Royal Mint officially changes a design, the coins minted before or during that change can become extremely desirable, especially if there are errors involved. In the case of the 2008 penny, the error coins were produced in very limited quantities before the mistake was caught. Think about it. Millions of regular pennies are produced each year. But when only a few thousand, or even just hundreds, end up being different, collectors jump on them. It's a classic case of supply and demand. Imagine holding a coin that looks ordinary to most people, but to a numismatist or serious collector, it's worth 500 times its face value or more. And it's not just about the error itself. It's also about the coin's condition. If you have one of these rare 2008 pennies in pristine, uncirculated condition, the value increases even more. Coins graded by professional services like NGC or PCGS can go for hundreds depending on the score they receive. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Do I have one of these coins? Is there a 2008 penny sitting in my kitchen drawer that could make me rich? First, check the reverse side of the coin. If it has the modern shield design, that's the standard 2008 version, and it's still interesting, but not rare. If instead it shows the portcullis with chains, the older design, then you may be looking at one of the highly sought-after 2008 old reverse error coins. Also check the coin's edge and quality. If the coin has minimal wear, sharp detailing, and a rich luster, it may qualify as uncirculated or even proof, both of which can seriously increase its value. If you're unsure, take it to a local coin dealer or send it off to a grading service to find out exactly what you've got. All right, let's talk money. As of today, the market price for rare and error 2008 one-penny coins can range wildly depending on condition and demand. The average coin in good condition might fetch a few pounds or dollars on sites like eBay. But if you've got a mint-condition old reverse 2008 error coin, collectors have paid upwards of $100, $200, and in rare cases even over $500 right now. One of the most accurate figures for the coin's potential market value sits at around $0.5852119 for a basic circulated version, which is already more than 50 times its face value. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. For rare versions and pristine proofs, we're talking much more. Coin values can fluctuate based on auctions, market trends, and collector interest, but historical and error coins like this tend to increase in value over time, especially if preserved well. So what should you do if you find one of these coins? First things first, protect it. Place it in a coin flip, capsule, or at least a soft cloth to avoid scratches. Next, consider getting it professionally graded. A certified grade will give your coin authenticity and increase its appeal to collectors. You can sell it on auction platforms like eBay, coin-specific marketplaces like NUMISMATICS, or bring it to local or online coin shows where collectors are actively looking for pieces just like this. Be sure to check recent sale prices for similar coins so you don't undervalue yours. Watch out for scams or lowball offers, and always do your homework before selling. So there you have it. The 2008 one-penny from the United Kingdom might seem like pocket change, but under the right conditions, it could be worth a small fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, it's always worth keeping an eye on your change. The next time you spot a coin from 2008, flip it over, inspect the design, and you might just discover you've been holding a hidden treasure all along. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe for more amazing coin discoveries, and drop a comment if you've ever found a rare or valuable coin. And hey, share this video with a friend. Who knows, maybe they've got a valuable penny and don't even know it yet. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep searching and stay curious.